Uh, Good evening, members. Today we are going to talk about the disappearance of Dr. Robert Ouko, the activities that happened before his disappearance, and I want you guys to see how fishy the situation was and how his murder, all the activities led to his murder, and the reason. I think that will bring you to why and the reason as to why he was killed. So, on Sunday, 4th of 1990, the Kenyan delegation of, including the president, Dr. Ouko, and other delegates, arrived at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport on Kenya Airways from United States of America. So they arrived at the airport, and surprisingly, Dr. Robert Ouko was received by the then finance minister George Saitoti, if you know him. A large crowd and welcoming dancers and the Kenyan press to take everything and to jubilate on the good work that he did overseas. So Dr. Robert later met James Onyango Koyo. If you know James Onyango Koyo, the first MP of Kasipul Kabondo, and was also the first person to get a bachelor's degree in law from Britain. So Dr. Ouko returned to his Loresho farm after the arrival at 6 p.m. and he later that evening around 8:30, it seems like that he visited Ezekiah Oyugi, the permanent secretary of finance for internal affairs. I think most of you know Ezekiah Oyugi. He comes from Rongo. He comes from Oyugi Ogango, and he came from there. So by then he was a good friend of President Moi, and I think his death was also mysterious. That's all that took place on Sunday, 4th, 1990. Proceeding to Monday, 5th, 1990, at around 9 a.m. in the morning, the next day, Dr. Ouko was at State House with Bethel Kiplagat, the permanent secretary for Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He was there presenting to the president, the Japanese ambassador, and the Canadian High Commissioner. President Moi then gave Dr. Ouko a time off before his next official trip, which was scheduled to the Gambia on 14th February. So later that day, Ouko met with his lawyer, Mr. George Odinga Oraro of Oraro and Rachier Advocates in Nairobi to discuss about the matter of the land he was purchasing at Muhoroni. During that afternoon, the 5th of February, at about 3 p.m., Ouko was called at his Nairobi home with his mistress, Violet Ogembo. She was not in by then, but he left his present to her daughter. At about 5 p.m. of the day, he left Nairobi to travel to his Koru farm with his bodyguard and the driver, Joseph Yogo Otieno. uh, leaving his wife Christabel at Loresho house. They arrived there at the farm at just around 10 p.m. And after that, the next day, that evening, arriving at his home in Koru farm, that's where he disappeared. So that means the robbers came afterward at around 10 p.m. to disappear with his body and to take him to Nakuru State House to torture him and to burn his body in the farm, in the forest, or in the hill, on the hill of Kor in Kisumu. So there is a lot coming out. A lot is there to take place, and a lot is there to be discovered about how it happened. The next video I'm bringing is about what really happened. Why did the president and his PA kill Robert Ouko? What really did he say to the people of United States about what really conspired? What wrong did he do? That's all that I'm bringing next. Thank you for listening, and have a good day. I'm bringing the next part.